Greetings, my fellow brothers and sisters of America. I know this is funny, but it's better than having y'all not able to hear me. And I have two levels of voice, either really loud, like voice carries and everybody's like, shut up, or I'm soft-spoken, kind of breathy, and so I just don't talk loud. So me screaming to do a video is not working out. So this is a temporary fix. So I know it looks funny, but, and you know, I'm smoking. That's why my Twitter handles don't fucking care. Just don't. Excuse me, sorry for language. Yes, so welcome to another little shot from the analysis. Today I actually have something totally different than usual. I found this study, this case. It's a case of a sky, and kind of pertains to parallel universes and ending up in places somehow. You don't know how. Mandela Effect type stuff. There's just one particular individual. I thought his story was compelling. And I'd like to share it with you today. So, keep it short and sweet. There was a man named Plante, and he lived back in the GATT, you know, early 1900s. And this man went into a coma from a strange disease in the year 1921. All right, and he wrote down his experiences while he was in this coma in the style of a diary. He believed he woke up in the year 3906. He claimed being in this coma changed his life. Just changed it. The events that he went through were nothing short of phenomenal. So he said he spent the year that he was in a coma, he was in a coma for a year, outside of his body, far away from his bed. And he could see himself and all that. And he said during this time, he went into the body of a man named Andrew Northmoon. Okay? He woke up as this guy, Andrew Northmoon. And some claim that he was delusional, just seeing stuff and dreaming and stuff, you know, in his coma. But others, even family, said something was going on. Something was going on here. So he said that during the time that he was in this body of this man Andrew, that same year, this man Andrew, quote unquote, this man Andrew had a near-death experience in the year 3906. Right? So when Andrew Northmoon woke, he was speaking like when he woke up as Andrew Northmoon, he's speaking 20th century Swiss. You know, his friends and family are around and like, what the heck is, I mean, he didn't know Swiss. Far from it. So he's speaking 20th century Swiss. He didn't recognize any of his family members. The family said that he couldn't sleep. The people in the year 3906 told him that he was completely different then than how he had been before his accident. A different conscience lived within him now. I mean, they told him that. So all the people from the year 3906 brought him up to date with the times. Hey, this is the year it is, because he's like, where, what am I? Where am I? They brought him up to date, okay? And he just freaked out for some years, whatever. He a few years there, he just didn't sleep well. He was consumed with the fact that he knew he was from another time. Really weird. He said that a new species of humans lived on Earth at this time in the future. When he woke, after a year in a coma, when he woke back in the year 1921 or whatever, he was freaked by this point, and he stayed quiet. He didn't want to be labeled a madman. He didn't want people to think he was nuts, but he had seen what he had seen. He had been where he had been in his mind, So at 36 years old, he moved to Greece. This is 1922. And he made friends with this teacher, all right, out there in Greece. And he gave this diary, written work, to this man. And in 1924, his health just finally really deteriorated, and he passed away from tuberculosis. Well, this teacher kept the diary and translated it. It took him 14 years to translate this diary, this work of writing. And at first, he thought that this was a novel of the future, like a novel. He's translating, he's like, oh, this is a story. It's a story. Well, after a while of translating this, he's like, wait a minute. This isn't a story. This is a diary. This is what he felt really happened. And he came to realize what it was. Was it an actual diary? Or were they just dreams and delusions? I don't know if y'all have looked into the Mandela Effect at all. But the Mandela Effect, if you haven't looked into it, it's something else. And the more you look into the Mandela Effect, the more you will see that there are really strange things that in history many people will believe to be one way and many others will believe to be another. It's simply switched. Every time I've ever seen the Kennedy assassination on TV, it's always been 4 people in the car. 4 people in the car. The bodyguard that was walking behind the car, that ran and jumped in the car when he got shot. Okay, so then there was 5 after he got shot. If you look at a tape of the Kennedy assassination now, there's 6 people in the car. It's 6 people in the car the whole time. This is not how it used to be. They're saying now that C-3PO from Star Wars, it might seem stupid, hear me out. C-3PO from Star Wars, I remember C-3PO to be gold, all the way. He was gold, all the way. Now, no, history has it written that C-3PO was all gold except for one leg from here down. Now, according to history, he had a silver leg. No, it's wrong. a key one that stands out to me, and I'm sure many others, is the famous line from Darth Vader in Star Wars, where he's talking to Luke about your father or whatever. I remember as a child and all the way up, anytime I've seen the Star Wars movies and I've seen this movie and this particular scene, every single time I can still hear Darth Vader saying to Luke, "Luke, I am your father." But that's not how history has it written now. Can you remember? Can you remember? If you ever watched Star Wars, can you remember what he said in that line? Luke, I am your father. Not now. Not now. Now history has it written that he says, "No, I am your father." This particular one freaks me out. I know in my heart of hearts, he said Luke. History will say that is incorrect, and it was never Luke. It was just, "No, I am your father." These type of things, these switches and changes and stuff are really fascinating and somewhat freaky. If you haven't looked into the Mandela Effect, look into it, because I mean there's all sorts of speculation about the world did end at one point, 2012 I think. The earth did have like calamity and most people died, but this is a new earth, this is a new dimension. Things are different, the Matrix of sorts, and just slight differences, butterfly effect type thing, and you never really, according to this theory, you never really die, per se, you know? You never die. If you die in one dimension, you croak. Well, you just wake up. You just wake up the next day and have no recollection of ever dying or anything of the sort. But things are different. Something's different. Things are different. Anyway, parallel universes, the Mandela Effect, deja vu, all pretty interesting stuff. I have some links connected to this video. If you press the little I in the top right corner, take a look. You know, go to one video and link to another video and another video, and I mean, you can just check this stuff out, and there's some very, very, very wild evidence. People saying what they went through, and waking up in completely different years, time, space, time, everything. It's worth a look, definitely. Well, whoever's actually still watching, thanks for your time. You're a rarity. Most people, I've seen my statistics, most people don't watch more than 2 minutes. 2 minutes in, and they're gone. So, if you're still watching, thank you for your time. And this has been another informative and stimulating and brain-teasing episode of The Analysis.